Okay.
Give me my 5 minutes.
5 minutes. 5 minutes. Man, that's a whole round. What you gonna do? Smoke a whole pound? Man, seems like you got plenty to go around. What you get supply the whole town? What's your name, Mr. Brown? Mr. Black? Man, your shit's whack. What you talking? Game, you ain't the same. Nah, you a lame. You don't even know my middle name, do you? Yeah, it's Michael, cause I go psycho. What you talking about, motherfucker? Yeah, oh yeah. If we went on Sway together, I tell you, I would just freestyle right off the bat.
Sway, you probably have Sway cracking up.
Yeah. They'd be like, man, I thought these guys just did podcast.
Was that your Sway?
Yeah.
Sway's probably really cool. Imagine doing a podcast with Sway.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be lit.
Dude, imagine going in the South Park studios and doing voices with like Matt and Trey. Dude, that special had me dead. Oh man, I had such a good time watching that special. I hope those guys never stop. It's seriously, it's the best.
Randy had, or not. I was a little sad that Randy didn't come in until the very end.
Yeah, they really didn't
But
have him in.
The first special was pretty much all about Randy, so I got it. But Mr. Garrison coming back and not being Donald Trump anymore, I loved it. Thank God. That was so perfect.
The whites.
Oh yeah. Dude. Oh, and then Mr. Security. God, that was so great.
Like Mr. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the way that they made it to where it is Mr. Hat.
Right.
Full circled it, baby.
Dude, I loved it when they were showing all like the people in the Power Elite, and they show Matt and Trey on there and the in the basketball.
I was dead. My dad was like, "Who are that?" I'm like, "That's the creator." I had to because I was watching with my parents.
You laughed at that too.
Oh,
yeah.
I was dying, dude. I thought that was hilarious. I love those guys.
It's still a funny movie. I
Fuck
still
yeah,
watch
dude.
it.
I think the first special was a little more funny. But
Yeah. The vaccination scene was pretty funny at the beginning. The one they showed a lot in the previews
Yeah.
already, but it still had me dead.
Yeah.
79 bitches.
I wonder if there's gonna be how many more they're gonna do.
Yeah.
I miss the regular season.
Me too. It's not enough, dude. It's so much shorter, you know.
I'm glad they're an hour long though and they're fun. I'm glad they're at least doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
But damn it, I missed that regular season.
If they ever end South Park, they need to end it on a movie.
Yeah. Oh, dude, when the way they were ending that special, I was like, oh my God, what? This would be so sad if the day South Park ends and it like ended like this, where they were all just kind of going their separate ways and growing up. I'm like, dude, when that day comes, I'm gonna be bummed, because recently in a couple interviews I saw, I'm pretty sure it was Matt who said, "We love doing the show, but I just don't see us doing it in our 60s." And I'm pretty sure like they're early 50s right now, so we're in our last decade.
Yeah.
Of South Park. Do you think they'll hand the torch over to someone else?
That is a great question.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think they will, dude. They talk a lot of shit on other people in the past, like, you know, Seth MacFarlane or The Simpsons, you know. It'd be tough to see them pass it on. I feel like they'd rather see someone else do something else instead of touch their art. Because I feel like they're artists and that they respect themselves as such, so they wouldn't, like, be cool with that.
Dude, they're geniuses in my eyes. Straight up.
Yeah. It's consistent, too, you know. Their work doesn't go down.
What was your favorite part of that episode? Of the special?
Ooh, my favorite part of the special? There was a lot of parts, honestly. Maybe at the end, spoiler alert, when the teacher that they had the whole time dies of COVID.
Oh, yeah, and they were, like, taking forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If she only had vaccination a few days. Or no, I'm wrong. The best was the reoccurring scenes with the reporter who was having it with the anchor. And he was like, "Fuck you, Tom." He's like, "These kids are trying to make a difference."
Yeah.
And they were like real divided. That was funny.
That reporter dude had me dying the whole time.
Yeah.
And my dad. He loved it. When do you think, is South Park going to get canceled? Do you think the powers above can stop South Park.
Well, South Park has no reason to be canceled.
I love it. They attack everything, and I'm sure they piss off everybody.
Yeah.
But I love it.
If you cancel them, you're canceling safe spaces.
Yeah.
You know, that's really a space where like they can talk about this kind of dialogue.
Mm-hmm. What do you think? So we're in the war of like...
Dude, cancel culture is real everywhere. I was just freaking Charles Barkley and the guys on the Inside Crew were talking about Myers Leonard. He's a basketball player, and he was live streaming playing video games. You know how a lot of athletes do that.
Mm-hmm.
And he said a racial slur against the Jewish people. You know, the one that starts with a K and rhymes with bike.
Yeah.
That one he said. And he got in trouble. And he got suspended, and he can't even like participate in anything for a few months. And he had to make a public apology. And Charles Barkley's like, man, in the locker room, guys say real stupid stuff, and you got to be careful about what you say.
Yeah.
And it was like,
100%.
man, like the guy, because he was live streaming, he said it out of frustration. He obviously isn't like an anti-Semitic person, but like you do got to watch what you say when you have that kind of level of power. So it's interesting. Cancel culture is real crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, and characters. The characters are in war. Did you see about Pepe Le Pew?
Oh my God, dude, yeah.
But it kind of makes sense. They're saying that he just makes rapes acceptable. I'm like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Pepe Le Pew?
He was harmless because when the girl would switch reverse roles and she was real into him, he was all talk and he would be scared and run away from her.
Yeah.
He's not going to go out and rape someone.
Yeah, that's the kind of, isn't that what all guys do? Like if you're flirting with the girl and you think she kind of likes you but she denies you, you keep going, and then how many stories where that happens and then they fall in love?
I mean, I guess I could see...
There's been movies where that happens.
This could be problematic to a degree.
Oh, it's problematic.
Yeah.
Ask the world, Brennan. That shit has been shut down. They took Pepe... He's out of the movie, the new Space Jams.
That's not cool, man.
He's canceled.
They canceled
He's
Pepe.
canceled.
They canceled
Pepe's
Pepe.
done. Dead. 1945, 2021, gone. But I get what everyone's saying. You know, it's the people who create these characters, and it's back then. You got to remember. So, 1945, way different times. Way different times. And the way that they went about things, yeah, they made fun of things in a way to where it's like outside of it, where they're not directly saying it.
Mm-hmm.
But now, the people look into that, and they're like, oh, look what they're saying. Cancel it.
What are they going to cancel next? You also heard about Dr. Seuss, right?
Yeah, that's one. That's in like the 6
That's
books.
probably what you...
That goes along with it. There's more of those.
And it's like...
Everyone's getting canceled, dude.
Dr. Seuss?
Yeah.
That's a kid's book.
Yeah.
I mean...
They took down... On Disney Plus, they removed Peter Pan and Dumbo. Because of stereotypes and racist depictions.
You know what freaks me out about the cancel culture? Is if we intensify sensitivity, how much more conflict is really going to be out in the future.
Yeah.
Because people are going to be more like, oh, yeah, I don't agree with what you just said.
Yeah.
And since I can't cancel you, we're going to go to war or something like that. And I don't know.
That's what I'm about with Pepe Le Pew. Because I'm like, you're telling... Is there scenes we're not seeing where he's raping fucking cartoon characters? And we just don't know about it? I mean, I fucking get it. That's what... But
I don't recall any
remember
scenes
him
with that happening.
Yeah, I just remember him always chasing a cat.
Oh, wait. She was a cat. You're
Yeah.
right. Yeah, a black cat.
I had to look up the name. Guess what her name was?
Priscilla or something?
No, it was a Penelope Pussycat.
Okay. Yeah, she's a pussycat.
I know. But when you read that after the implications coming out and everything going on, you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it. It's been forever since I've seen any of that shit.
Well, I mean,
since I was a kid. But yeah, he was always chasing that puss, wanting to smash. And she was a cat. He was a skunk. She's like, you stink. Get the fuck away from me. But he'd always try. And then even like what you said. When the reverse changed, he was actually a scared little bitch.
Yeah.
And he was bigger than his bark. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean rape?
No. I don't. I mean, that's a pretty...
We're
assumptions
gonna
make
get
an ass
canceled
out
for
of you
this
and me.
fucking crazy podcast. That's what I'm worried about. You know what I mean? What can we talk about?
I don't know.
Who knows anymore? Again, we got to go back and rewatch that shit because it got me interested.
Yeah, I guess it's still kids comedy,
Yeah.
but I mean, if kids grow up thinking these stereotypes
Are real?
you know,
Yeah.
it could be harmful. I guess I
True.
could see where this is coming from.
Yeah. Instead of,
What are we telling people?
I know.
What
And
is the real world?
What's the point of canceling something made a long time ago? Why don't instead we just learn and move forward? That's just something we never fucking do. We never learn and move forward. You know what I mean? We can't move on. We can't forget past. But in most horrible world situations, it's because that shit doesn't change. Stuff in the past is still going on.
Yeah, definitely. There's definitely long-lasting effects of past events. You
Yeah.
know?
But some shit, it's just like, okay, instead of canceling the characters, first off, remaking everything.
I agree with what you're saying 100%, dude. Like, you can't just cancel the characters to change things. Like, we need to learn from these characters.
Yeah.
Erasing them
Yeah.
makes I think just exacerbates the problem. Makes it worse.
Yeah. So they've already been made. Quit remaking fucking everything. And, it, you know,
Yeah.
do it right. But then again, they got to remake everything because it still makes money.
Yeah.
Space Jams is probably going to make a lot of money. Space Jam 2.
If it makes dollars, it makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Space Jam 2 is probably going to be pretty cool.
And, yeah, but, like, why couldn't we have just changed Pepe? Why couldn't he just been...
Well, yeah, why has he got to be gone?
Yeah, because the people who created him in the past tense...
And tone him down. You could
Yeah.
still have him be, like, have unrequited
A
love.
flirty guy.
And-
What's wrong with being flirty?
Let's change this. Once she turns him down, no means no. He
Yeah.
understands that. Boom, we
Yeah.
changed it for the
Yeah.
better. Boom, character's different.
Yeah, she sees how sad he is now. She's
Instead,
like... And then, like, they become friends. And then she learns how fucking cool he is. And then she falls in love with him. Bam! Pepe.
yeah.
The hero we needed. Instead of the hero we fucking ditched.
Yeah, let's make him consensual, you know?
Yeah.
Super consensual.
No, but instead we just...
Yeah, axed him.
Yeah. A cartoon character.
The irony. Did he consent to that?
Yeah. You know what I mean?
He's
Think about
gone.
Pepe. Was he forced?
Yeah, if this
No.
is some Toy Story shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
poor Pepe.
Yeah. That whole thing just kind of like, I don't kind of get it. I get it. I get the messages. I get it, the harmful shit. Of course, we don't today want to make stuff that's making fun of the things they're making fun of. Duh. But going backwards and doing all this shit, I don't know. But maybe it's the same sense as the statues.
Yeah. And you said they canceled Dumbo too?
Well, they didn't I don't know if they canceled it, but Disney Plus removed it. Because, yeah. And again, I don't know.
There's probably some racism in
There
that
probably
in that
is.
Disney
There
history.
probably is,
100%.
dude. And again, okay, then don't watch it. You know what I mean? If you're a new parent showing your kid, when they get to an age where they can fucking understand them, teach them what's wrong about it.
They'll have Disney chips in their brains by this point.
Yeah, true.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, Disney's coming out to get... But then again, I don't know. What do you think they should do?
Oh man. With the cancel culture, I think just maybe we should be a little less at the gun ready to, you know, cancel something.
Yeah.
Like, let's take a second to evaluate it before we just axe it.
Yeah.
How can we change it?
Yeah. I think when it comes to cartoon characters, they should just change them. Okay, not have them do that. But yeah.
Yeah. Because in 20 years, what are we doing now that isn't acceptable?
Oh, God,
know what I'm
so
saying?
much.
And then we should change it from there, too. I don't want it
Yeah.
to just get axed.
True. And, you know, we always want better. You always want to move in the positive direction.
Could you imagine if they demolished the pyramids just because they weren't, like, politically correct?
Yeah.
Well, these monuments were made by slaves, so we should destroy them because they represent this and that. Or how about we learn from all this and just see them as like a monument to human civilization
Right.
instead of canceling something to fit a political agenda?
And here's another thing. Boom. Mic drop. I agree with that. And, like, what's the difference between that and then the every single day news of what's going on in the world? You know what I mean? And Facebook. When people can go on Facebook and see all that. We're not canceling Facebook. There's people doing all the shit on in the internet
Mm-hmm.
that that the movies predict.
Just shows me you have to be a certain level of powerful to get away from being canceled.
Ooh.
Pepe wasn't powerful enough.
Pepe didn't make.
If
the
he was
cut.
Mark Zuckerberg, it'd be
He's
a
been-
different story.
Oh yeah, dude. If Johnny Depp was walking him into a park, he'd be having a nice little talk with Pepe. He'd be like, I appreciate everything you've done, and then Pepe, he'd be like, look to the right, bam. Pepe be gone, dude.
For a fact.
Axed mafia.
Rip.
Yeah. Oh well. Oh, dude, have you been watching any Netflix shows?
Netflix shows.
Yeah.
There's one I've been watching called The Tribes of Europa.
The Tribes of really? What's that about?
It's about like these German microstates. It's after power goes out,
Oh.
and it's like a post-apocalyptic world,
Mm-hmm.
and it's pretty crazy.
That's weird you bring that up, dude, because Joe Rogan just had a couple people on, and they were talking about China. They were talking about China's 2049 plan. I might have got the numbers wrong right there. I think it's 2049. But,
It's crazy.
yeah, it's just like that show, what you just said.
Yeah.
Because apparently, I haven't done much research into it, because, until it gets talked about more, then I'll start getting into it, because I don't really know how much of it's true. But apparently, there was a good hacking that just went down, where they don't even really know how much information got leaked, and it was kind of like top shit. And the one guy, like, the thing that's the scariest is the one day when our computers don't turn on, TVs, phones don't work.
Yeah.
That's gonna be scary as fuck if that ever happened, dude. Who was I talking to about that? Might have been Cook. Like, do you know how fucking scary that would be? Where we have no idea what's going on.
Unless you travel there
Yeah.
physically.
Apparently, China's plan is to be the most powerful and a whole bunch of things.
To get there, a lot of people are gonna die.
Dude.
You know what I'm saying? You can't make
Dude.
power moves like that without sacrificing pawns. That's just
That's why, like, World War III, there was a World War III, it's just going to be so different from the previous World Wars.
yeah.
It's going to be something that's just going to be so
No storming
fucking-
beaches. None of that.
Do you think, so if they take out all of our power, then our fucking Navy and all them, would they be able to see them coming in? Or all of a sudden we'd be looking up in the skies and some fucking...
See, this is a question. I don't know about what they have in place for like EMP attacks or
Yeah.
like things that would shut off power. Maybe
Right?
there is like some kind of backup plan. I'm not in
what
that
can they
know-how.
do? I know, I have
I
no
don't know the
idea.
capabilities
Right?
of our military and navy, so I
And
can't speak
theirs.
on that.
And theirs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Apparently they want to be number one in electric, dude. Like,
I mean, we all share this planet together, so at the end of the day, they can't do too much destruction because they still live on it too. So,
yeah.
like, hopefully there's never like a nuclear Armageddon or anything.
Oh, God.
I'd rather have it be like technology if it's gonna be.
The question is, do you think we'll see that in our lifetime? I think when you hear shit like that, man, it just makes me go, man, I shouldn't be worried about my future. We're in this every day. You can get lost. These mushrooms, man. Mushrooms might have changed me
Yeah.
in a way where it's like, I hope for the good. You know what I mean? Because we get so lost, and I know so many people who have a job where they work 9 to 5, and they have to work that 9 to 5 to maintain what they have, and they're not happy with that 9 to 5, and then even longer hours. I know people with longer hours. You get home, you're tired, you fucking worked all day hard. You got a couple hours to yourself to get a good night's sleep after every day of your fucking life.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what's that all
What's
for?
the rat race about?
Yeah, for what? What's really fucking important in this very short lifetime that you only have one time? And that's what this brings me up to Little Peep. The boys were attacking Little Peep, kind of. It was funny.
What'd they say about Lil Peep?
On Timbo and Sean on their podcast. They were talking about being sad for a second, and then he goes, "Oh, did you feel like listening to some Little Peep?" And then Sean goes, "Oh yeah, I was thinking about lighting up a cigarette, and then I was asking myself, what would Little Peep do?" And I was like, oh, you sons of bitches. Now, I've talked to Tim before when we're playing games. We talked about it. And he says that when he listens to Lil Peep, it makes him more sad. And then he just wants to get fucked up and think about his problems. I get that. Everyone handles depression differently. And I have to remind myself that. You know what I mean? We're all different.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that I hate, I know it's kind of a stupid thing I'm about to say. I know it's not okay to be depressed. Like, you're not supposed to be depressed. No one is supposed to be depressed. It's bad to be depressed.
Right.
But everyone makes it feel like it's not okay to be depressed, if that makes any sense to anybody.
No, I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's like you can't help yourself from being depressed.
Yeah.
So don't judge me for being depressed.
Exactly. Don't think I'm some little bitch that's going to wallow in my sorrow all the time because I'm depressed. Because that's not the case.
Yeah.
There's reasons why people are depressed, and it's how we all handle our struggles.
Mm-hmm.
We all handle them differently. Yeah, I'm depressed, but at the end of the day, I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm just going through shit.
Mm-hmm.
I know that once I get through that shit and I accomplish some of the things that are weighing me down, once I get them accomplished, I'll feel better. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
It's okay to be depressed. It's not okay to be depressed, but it's okay to be depressed.
You know what, though?
I probably don't make any sense to anyone.
I really love like depressing, like emo rap music,
Exactly.
because I think it like helps to people to know that they're not alone.
100%.
You know, because when you see Facebook and you see social media, we only want to post the best things about ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
I love artists that can wear their heart on their sleeve.
Dude,
you know what I'm saying?
That's
That's why I like Six Dogs. That's why I like Juice World. That's why I like Lil Peep. Because these guys show their whole selves.
They all happen to be dead, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It's not okay.
Just because their music's sad doesn't mean it doesn't help people and make people feel better.
Exactly.
And make people feel like, hey, they're not alone. So I get the music.
Right? Thank you. Because I was telling that to Tim. He asked me, he's like, well, what does Lil Peep do to you? I told him it gets me hyped. Gets me fucking hyped like a motherfucker. Now, of course, there's times where I'm thinking about shit and I'm sad, and you play one of the certain songs, Lil Peep, and it copes with you. You know, it gets you out of the depression. It doesn't make me more depressed, like you're saying.
I can't have it 24/7 at the same time. I do like my
Yeah.
Jack Harlow or like some Big Sean,
Yeah.
something to like kind of
Biggie.
flex on. 100%.
Yeah.
So you gotta have variety.
100%. Music's life. You know we got variety.
But you got moods. You got moods
Yeah.
where you just want to jam to some of that stuff.
Yeah,
man.
exactly. And I know they get it. I know Tim gets it. They were just, when they shit on the podcast on Lil Peep for a second, I was like, oh, I'm going to defend that, you sons of bitches. Yeah, because Lil Peep's a goat. He's a legend.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, he wore his heart on his sleeve. He said real shit. One of the realest artists ever. People actually need to listen to the lyrics. Now, my boy Tom McDonald, who I really like, shits on guys like Lil Peep because he thinks that they, display that you should take pills and all this shit and that, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, not really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's them expressing how they deal with their depression, which just so happens to be drugs, which a lot of people can relate to. Addiction.
Mm-hmm. If you're and if it's like if Tom felt that way, I'd be like, don't be upset with Lil Peep, but be upset with the people that brought him to that level of fame. Because he's himself.
Well,
the whole game itself propelled him, and if you're upset, be upset at that.
Yeah, understand too his problems. Just like that's another thing. It's hard. No one ever wants to talk about depression and everything, like ever, and it's weird. I get it. Everyone goes through everything. Everyone is depressed. So it's kind of like I know a lot of people who have that attitude where it's like, oh, everyone has depression. Get over it. And it's kind of like, well, no, we're all different. We all walk a different path, and it's how we all handle it. And the circumstances we're under. We're all different. So it's just, I don't know. I don't know why. I wish depression wasn't such a topic
broad brushstrokes.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, it can be more focused.
Why don't you learn? Why don't we learn why they ended up that way? Why they think certain ways? Why they're doing the drugs?
And that's just it, dude. Like, you're talking about learning and everything. Now kids are super depressed. Like, I've been reading all these news stories on CNN, Fox. God, I don't know how much I watch of that. Yep. But it's just like every story about schools is like, oh, man, kids being real depressed during this COVID time. Right. I'm like, how much are they learning? They're the future.
And affecting them. Depression's going to go skyrocket, suicide's going to... But that's the thing. if we all, I think, I think a Great Depression, that first Great Depression, I think it brings people together. You know what I mean? So if that's what happens, if this next gen's just depressed like a motherfucker, well, guess what? At least that generation all went through it together, and they'll be able to talk to you. They'll all understand. You know what I mean?
The Great Depression, like a whole new meaning because it's
Yeah.
so literal this time.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah. At least they'll have each other. So I think like, maybe it would bring everyone together.
Yeah.
Maybe I just wish people would get over some shit that would just be able to move forward. That's why I'm saying mushrooms, dude. I think one of my buddies, if he microdosed some mushrooms, because here's another thing with depression. I've been told by a lot of people to go see a psychiatrist, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have a buddy I was hanging out with who goes to see a psychiatrist. He said some shit that they told him. I'm like, dude, I could have told you in my room for free. Where's my $60? And I care and love you. You know what I mean? And I wish, again, here I am. I'm not trying to shit on people who go see psychiatrists at all. If anyone goes to get help in any way that they think they need to, I'm happy for you. Do it. 100% go do it. So I'm not saying don't go see a psychiatrist. I'm just saying, with me, it brings back the open box, heart on the sleeve. I'm open box. Everybody knows me. If you're my friend, you know everything about me. And I tell you all my bad shit. And I listen. And again, maybe I'm blessed there because there's lots of people in the world who don't have the friends, the family members who can relay them
It's true.
the shit they need to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Because I got my mom. You know what I mean? I
Mhm.
tell my mom everything. And I wish I could talk the way my mom talks. And it's because she's been through what she's been through in her life. But just the way she talks and thinks about everything, it's like, fuck. If everyone would just be like that.
More understanding, compassionate,
Yeah.
and just like, yeah, people just need to see other people and like be understanding of where they're coming from.
Yep.
100%.
Because I think when friends don't, like, oh, you're my friend. You can't tell me that. I'm not going to accept it from you because you're my friend and I know who you are. Going back to the psychiatrist shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think people, if you listen to the people around you who know you, they're going to be able to tell you pretty much anything you need to know that should be able to bring you up. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
So I was like, because they never listen to me. You know what I mean? And it's because I go through my own problems. So it's like, oh, I can't take Ricky's advice because look at him. But it's like, no, that's the thing that also sparks me about psychiatrists, because I've known people who can't handle their own problems at all, but yet wanted to be psychiatrists. And I get it. Because, like, I can dish out, but I can't do it myself sometimes. But at least I can see it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I know a lot of people who can't see it.
Yeah. Man. I just hope everyone's, maybe it'll be more optimistic
Did this
in the
go
future.
deep? Sorry if it went deep.
No, it's good. It's good to like think these things, but there's
Yeah.
also positives. There's things
yeah.
that we can also see, hopefully, making the world better.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah. It got dark there. Sorry, guys. Yeah.
no, it's good. We need to talk about everything, 100%, because depression's real.
It is real. And I think that's why, going back to the mushrooms, dude, I think they help a lot. Because I don't like, also as a psychiatrist, I don't like pills. I'm not a guy who like, oh yeah, take this for your depression. I don't want those side effects. I don't want anything. I just know if I better myself in the ways that I know I need to and do the thing and check the boxes I know I need to check, I will become happier.
Yeah. I can get on board with that.
But I know people like scientists will be, oh, chemical imbalances, you stupid fuck. Like, I get it with like people with schizophrenics and all that kind of shit. I get it. But if mushrooms help, which I don't know, maybe once every 5 years for me now that I've done that big one, I'm good. I've seen it all. I understand. I don't need to be reminded for a while. But I think for some people, fuck, they need to do that shit.
Yeah.
Because there's no side effects. You're not going to fucking grow a third leg. You're not going to become even more depressed. You're not going to. Some people will probably argue that.
Well, you know what?
A lot of fact checks here.
Just remember this: you weren't born with your skin inside out.
Yeah.
Someone was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Some people have it way worse.
Right.
That's another thing that I always like to. That's why I watch some shit. That's why I watch some of those really like fucked up videos. And I've been watching. Oh God, I feel so bad for her. My heart breaks. The 1,000-pound sisters.
Oh.
Dude, the one's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then it's like a self mirror. I'm like, fuck, I don't ever want to get that big, Ricky. This is why you shouldn't. This is why you should get healthier and get on a fucking diet. You fat bastard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I worry about her. She's gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
She needs to lose weight.
How many views?
Oh, millions, Brendan. That shows they're so famous.
Well, I mean, hopefully they get money from that and like they can get some kind of surgery.
So her
or something.
sister recently had a kid and they left her. Like they got their own house and she's I think she's by herself. I'm not like 1,000%. I watch a couple times, you know, but I'm just seeing all the videos I see of her. The doctors are trying to get her to lose weight, but she keeps fucking gaining weight. And she's gaining like 20 pounds every time.
Oh my God.
She's up to the last time I saw, she was up to like 650. Like fuck, dude. And then the things she says are like I understand and relatable because she's depressed, and food makes her feel better. That's tough, dude. It's like they need. That's a brain thing. You know what I mean? But if she only, I've been there. I have lost weight, gained it back. It feels so good to lose weight. They just need to get there. You know what I mean? Because anybody that'll tell you that's lost over 100 pounds, any kind of weight, anyone's lost a lot of weight, they'll tell you how good it feels. There's no one that goes, oh, I lost 100 pounds and I feel like shit. Never. Well, maybe if you're like 150 pounds and you're extremely skinny.
Yeah.
Just, yeah.
It's probably so tough because it just looks like such an insurmountable obstacle.
Goal.
Like something you can't pass if you're like 650 and
like us trying to go, oh yeah, we're going to become fucking famous with podcasts overnight. Right. It's like looking at it like that. It's like, no, you got to work at it and grind and just keep trying.
Agreed.
And just keep fucking trying. Never give up.
Well, I hope everything works out for her too.
Dude, same, yeah. Yeah. You watching any other Netflix shows? You were getting into that one, and we went down that rabbit hole. But you watch anything else?
No, that's the only one right now.
I watched the new one called Murder Among the Mormons. Dude, did you even see the trailer for it or anything?
I have not.
You need to check it out. Murder Among the Mormons. It's about this dude called Mark Hoffman.
Okay.
The way I viewed it, I think it's the real life Catch Me If You Can, and he's Leonardo DiCaprio.
He's forging checks over here?
Not checks, but a whole bunch of like historical documents, things written in pretty much so many different languages, so many different religions. One guy even said they still don't know how many forgeries are still out there today because of this fuck. And but the show, 2 people get blown up and murdered over some shit because apparently this document that can bring down the Mormon like philosophy or all that shit, all the shit they believe in. Really interesting. It's 4 episodes. They're all like 45, 50 minutes, maybe a little longer. Really good. Really good.
I'm gonna watch the first episode tonight.
Yeah, you should.
It's on Netflix?
Yeah, Murder Among the Mormons. Oh, and the one dude in it, there's a guy that's bald, and they interview him. He was like buddies with the guy. They interview a couple of them that were like in his circle. He sounds like an old man Winnie the Pooh. So now that I said that, whenever you watch, you're like, oh fuck, he does sound like old man Winnie the Pooh.
I can't
like
wait.
Literally, it's weird. I'm like, did this fucker voice Winnie the Pooh?
And it's not like a making a murder, is it? Is it like they're acting it?
No, it's real. It's all real.
So it's all like documentary
It's a
style?
documentary. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Dude, I love Netflix documentaries. They're my favorite.
I'll give it a shot.
I love documentaries. But it's all real. I didn't want to spoil anything. I was just kind of giving my...
Yeah, no.
Because I could spoil a lot.
No, don't.
Yeah. Fun fact. You know, Mormons, I'm like, damn, am I a Mormon? But I'm not very religious. But I'm like, how many people are Mormons? It just kind of seems like, isn't that what everything is? You know more about religions than I do. Do you know about Mormons?
Well,
Because they believe in the 10 Commandments, and that, as long as you live a good life, you're good.
yeah, it's different still though because of like, because I'm Catholic, so it's more structured and like
Mhm.
strict with like the hierarchy of
Mhm.
like the Pope being seen, and then like you have the archdiocese, like the bishops, and then like priests and everything underneath that. Where like I think Mormons are, I don't know what their structure is at all, with the hierarchy.
Mhm.
So
You learn a little bit about Mormons, but I was just like, fuck.
it's all about structure, really.
It's a lot. It's a lot. But they don't believe you can't have liquor, tobacco, tea, and coffee. Fuck.
Yeah, I'm not being a Mormon.
I could, liquor and tobacco, no problem. I don't drink and I don't smoke cigarettes. Fuck that. But tea and coffee? You're like alcohol?
Yeah. I was like, all other three I could cut out pretty easy.
Oh, you could.
It's really just the liquor there. That like there might be an occasion where I want to, get a little drink.
That's hilarious. Yeah, that'd be hard cutting out tea and coffee. I like both. Oh, and then I also watched Biggie's I Got a Story to Tell.
Yeah.
You learn it, dude. You should watch that. You learn a lot. You learn about Biggie, some shit that I've never seen or known before. You learn about one of his buddies. You learn some more shit about his influence in the music, like how.
Was it Curtis Blow? These are the breaks.
These are the breaks.
Was that like what they said in the thing? I'm just making a guess and seeing if they already were just telling me new stuff I already know. Yeah.
Who's I don't even know what the fuck you just said.
And
blood.
these are the breaks. It's like an old rap artist.
Yeah. No, he didn't. I don't think they talked about that.
Oh, really? They talked about it in another one.
They talked about, so it's one of Biggie's buddies who he was slinging crack with.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Who had a big influence, like he was really good friends with.
Man, those are some straight gangsters.
That dude, it made me respect Biggie. And I know slinging crack, you're like, how can you respect someone slinging crack? I know it's horrible. He knows it was horrible. You know what I mean? But it was either he was making money to provide for him and his family. Like, he was a good guy. It's weird.
Don't jump straight to good guy.
I know. Well, it makes me think the dude was a good fucking guy. We all have problems and we all have done fucked up shit. Yeah, selling crack is bad. And crack's bad. People rob, murder, steal for it. Ruin their lives. It's a horrible fucking thing.
And it hurts the community.
Hurts the fucking community.
He's selfish.
He got out of it, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Puff Daddy was like, no, you either do this or you do that. And because he had talent. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think, I don't know, I just don't think anyone wants to sell crack because they
because they want to.
Yeah.
Because they have to.
They have to.
It's still like there's other things you can do besides sell crack.
And the reason why he was selling crack was because you were getting so much money so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, fuck. And he was in a shitty situation. He was a stoop kid. Like, Hey Arnold, that kid that never left his stoop?
Mm-hmm.
He was like that. And he had talent. And since after he stopped selling crack and he got into the rap game and everything, dude died at 24. So it's just like everything he accomplished and went through by 24, it's like, what a fucking life, dude. I just picture that. I'm 28. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? And what's a shame is he got gunned down. It just sucks that we all kill ourselves. We're all killing each other because it's like the potential the dude had to be an entrepreneur, just like Puff Daddy, just like all the guys that are still alive. The things Biggie would have done.
And it's just like, it's a shame because he died a kid, really.
Yes.
Tupac, they're kids. That's why they died.
Yeah.
Because they weren't men yet.
The ignorance, you know what I mean?
And it's just like, if they had more time, they would be even bigger. They would be smarter and able to handle the shit that comes their way.
The thing that just touches me with Biggie is just how at the end of the day it was for his mom. He really cared about his mom and his family. And I get that. But I would never sell drugs or anything like that. But the hustle to get money for your family, that I respect. But I just wish it wouldn't have been in a bad way.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks that it was in a bad way.
And he's not a bad guy.
Yeah.
And he's not a good guy. He's a
Yeah.
guy. He's a person.
That made mistakes.
Yeah.
And the fucking potential.
And he could make killer music.
Yeah. At the end of the day, you're going to watch that Netflix documentary. I got a story to tell. And you're going to sit down. You're going to go, damn, the fucking potential. Gone. And that's the shit that sucks. I hope there comes a day where people aren't selling crack and drugs.
Yeah.
Please. But I just don't think that ever happens.
Hopefully there's a day where there's no need for drugs.
Right? Yeah. That shit just had me kind of like, damn, he could have been even bigger than what he was.
Yeah.
Uh,
How much time do we have?
Oh, we
'Cause-
got. I'm like, fuck. I hope I got enough time to talk about everything.
Well, can I say the one I was gonna have?
yeah, dude, drop it.
So there's this
Drop
guy,
it like it's hot.
Roger Stone.
Uh-huh.
He's like being implicated right now in the probe they're doing about the January 6th insurrection. Remember when everyone was storming?
Mm-hmm.
He's a lobbyist that's been around since Nixon,
Mm-hmm.
since freaking Bob Dole.
Mhm.
Like he's old names, man.
What has he done?
And he's being implicated in this whole insurrection of
Like, did he start it?
no, not starting it, but like it's just like a witch hunt going on right now. They're just
They're
it's
trying to get all these
nail
motherfuckers.
everybody. He's been a lobbyist for Republicans for a long time and everything.
Uh-huh.
And he was pictured with like the Oath Keepers, which is a militant group
Uh-huh.
of like alt-right wing guys with assault rifles. And he had 2 of them as his bodyguards
Oh fuck.
during the insurrection.
Oh fuck.
And
that's mafia style, dude.
and another one was his personal driver as well for a recorded amount of time.
This dude's a gangster.
And what a crazy militant name, the Oath Keepers.
Yeah.
Those guys are killing people. Well, not killing people, but man,
But they're ready to.
the potential.
They're ready to.
Oh, that's a movie.
Fuck with them.
That's a movie.
Fuck with them. They're saying fuck with me.
Yeah,
You know what I
dude,
mean?
it really is.
Yeah, they're knocking on doors.
It's movie potential.
It
dude.
is though. It is a movie. That's a movie 100%.
But it's scary.
It is scary.
Yeah, Roger Stone, lobbyist, and it's crazy, dude. I was just like, man, what a movie this guy could have. That's all I had to say about that going on.
Oh no, it's okay. I just gotta learn. I'm gonna have to look into more of that.
Yeah.
Is he like arrested?
No, he's not. He's just doing his own thing right now.
So did he have any part of that
They're doing an investigation right now.
on
dude.
his ass right now?
Yeah, on everybody though. So it's
Okay.
gonna. Who knows
Who
if
knows
anything
what's
will
really
even
going
turn out.
down?
Yeah. He could be off scot free and just like be chilling.
I laughed my ass off when South Park had all those guys in the episode.
Yeah.
That was funny. I'm like, oh, I wonder if they even know they're in the episode. You know what I mean? The guy with the horns.
Yeah.
That was sick. I love South Park for that. They never miss a beat.
No.
They never miss a beat. But all right, so dude, Ben Askren versus Jake Paul.
Oh my god.
Dude, I know we've talked about it kind of a couple times in other pods, but I'm fucking excited for this. They've done a great job. It's fun. I'm down. All the shit talk, you know you love Jake Paul's shit talking. You
Mhm.
fucking
Oh, yeah, I do.
love it. He's been killing it. The imitations on it, the impressions on everybody,
Yeah.
spot on. They're not spot on, but they're enough to hit the nail and just kind of they're either all laughing at it. I like to think they're all laughing at it at the end of the day. Or, who knows? Maybe he is pissing some of them off for real.
Some of them. Ben's
think
there
so?
to make money too.
Yeah, I think Ben's having fun.
Yeah.
Did you see that Ben was just on Logan Paul's podcast?
I saw that, but has it been uploaded?
It
or
hasn't been
anything?
uploaded. I've been trying to fucking find it.
I saw that though.
Do you think he had to have been on it? Do you think it was a joke? And they just hung out?
I don't know, dude.
Because where's the fucking pod? I don't really know Impulsive that much to where how long they film and it takes long to get edited and uploaded.
Right.
You know what I mean? Who knows? Maybe they're still working on
I
it.
saw that though, and I'd be really excited to watch Ben and Logan talk about him
Yeah.
and Jake fighting.
Oh yeah. Dude. What's that one guy's name? You know it now. George?
George, is that the
George.
guy with the beard that's
Yeah.
like across from him?
Yeah. Dude, I'm really starting to like that guy. He's starting to do his own thing. He did it behind the scenes of like what really goes on behind Impulsive on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Fun video. It seems like a fun environment. Imagine getting those guys, having a podcast with them. You know who else I want to do a podcast with? That would be fucking epic.
Who?
Steve will do it.
Yeah.
He's awesome. It sucks because, and Logan Paul, I even saw a long time ago, message he put on one of his posts because it's him chugging alcohol like he always does. And Logan's like, bro, you don't have to do it anymore. And I get it. You know, Logan's trying to save him. Like, dude, you don't have to keep chugging alcohol for views. You've already made it. But he loves that alcohol, dude.
Yeah.
He was just chugging that Hollerhead with Dana White.
You chugged the whole thing?
Chugged the whole fucking thing in front of Dana White. He keeps hanging out with Dana White. He got to go to the UFC fights. He seems cool.
Yeah, I just feel bad because it's right. You don't have to keep doing this.
You don't have
And
to
it's
keep
like
chugging alcohol,
you
man.
think Dana gives a shit about you?
No, not at all. Dana was just
he likes
saying,
that you drinking his shit.
Yeah, and you got his hoodie on.
Mm.
But as a person, Steve, it's like, damn, you seem really cool, and he's all about gambling. His gambling addiction's funny as hell. I respect guys like that. I don't gamble. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's because of guys like Steve is why I don't gamble. But he gets lucky a lot. It seems like he gets lucky a lot.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would be cool to do a pod with.
Yeah. Anyway, back to Jake Paul and Ben Askren. So they announced that. Did you see where they're having it?
Yeah. Is it in Atlanta?
Yeah, at the Mercedes-Benz Arena.
That's right.
I thought that was kind of cool. $49.99 pay-per-view. That's not bad. Did you see they just announced 3 fights? I only saw the one because I got excited.
Wait, what's the other one?
It was Frank Mir. Frank Mir and another boxing guy. What the fuck's his name?
Oh, Frank, be careful.
Yeah, Antonio Tarver.
I would,
Tarver.
dude.
Yeah.
But he's more of a
I don't know
jiu-jitsu
boxing.
guy.
Yeah.
I'd be worried about his boxing.
Yeah.
I still love
Dude,
it.
I'm sure Frank Mir can throw down with boxing. Again, apparently that dude, Antonio, I think I wrote down his name right. I hope I did. I wrote it really quick. Again, I don't know boxing, but apparently he's a big boxing legend. He went Roy Jones Jr., that guy who just fought Mike. Apparently he's got a good trilogy with him.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Frank Mir's probably going to get wrecked. Dude, because this guy's just boxing. They're just boxing.
Yeah, he's been there, done that.
Yeah, that's not a good
But
pick.
I like Frank Mir. I don't know if it's the co-main event. I didn't read enough. Damn, I should have read more, guys.
Frank Mir gets him in a heel hook.
Unprepared, Ricky. Yeah. He just goes to his instincts.
Yeah, so there's just 3 fights on there right now, I guess.
Yeah, they announced 3 more. I think there was a couple more. I forget. I should have done more.
They could
I
just
just
do
got
the
all
main
excited.
fight. That's all I'm really tuning in for.
Oh, and then Dana was on a podcast talking some shit, saying that he'd bet $1 million.
I seen that.
You saw all that? And did you see what Jake said?
Didn't he say he'd match him
Yeah.
for $2 million?
Yeah, and that he would have his management reach out to Dana.
Put it in escrow.
Dude, do it, Dana. Dana's got. Do you think $2 million is a lot to Dana White?
No.
Nothing.
Do you think it's a lot to Jake Paul? Maybe not.
Not.
That guy's a baller.
I don't think $2 million is
Is gonna kill him.
It's not as much. It's not a lot to him, but compared to Dana White,
It is a lot. Yeah.
Yeah,
Of course.
like it's pennies compared to like quarters, and it's pennies for Dana.
Is who's more expensive? Does he have more than Jake Paul? Conor McGregor.
Jake Paul have more money than Conor?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Conor just sold it. He sold his name for the whiskey brand, so he just got paid bank. I don't know if they've released it yet. I would imagine it's got to be over 500 mil.
Dude, if he beats Ben Askren real easy, he needs to call Conor McGregor out because I think Conor McGregor will still kill him. But I think
I don't know, dude.
He's bigger.
So Jake Paul seems to be going serious. At the same time as he's talking shit and he wants money, I get the sense that he's actually still being very serious about it. And he's trying to get good. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If it was 100%, oh, he's just doing this for money, and he doesn't really care about his record or actually beating anybody. He's just in there to get paid. I would think different. You know what I mean? But he's actually in there to kill and try to get knockouts and get better, and beat the people that he can to get the most money.
Yeah.
So, I have a feeling the more the time, because Ben Askren is training with Freddie Roach.
Yes.
Yeah, and Freddie's OG. Freddie looks. Oh man, I hadn't seen him in a long time. So when I saw a picture with him with Ben, I was like, oh fuck, Freddie, you're getting old as fuck.
It happens.
The ultimate time, father time.
Yeah.
But he's a legend. I just have a feeling that Ben's gonna possibly make it a boring fight. Hug him.
He won't be hugging him too long.
How fucking crazy would it be if Ben Askren knocked out Jake Paul? That would be so crazy. No one's thinking that's gonna happen.
It would be cool.
It'd be crazy. It'd be crazy. It would be way more crazy than Jake knocking out Ben.
The level of skill between Ben Askren and Nate Diaz has to be levels, though. You know what I'm saying? No, not Nate Diaz. Nate Robinson. I'm sorry. Sorry to Nate Diaz. Nate Robinson, the basketball player.
Yeah.
That's who I meant.
Oh, yeah. Ben Askren would, like...
Murder that guy,
yeah,
right?
100%.
So it's like, hopefully this fight's more competitive.
Yeah. I'm thinking Ben hugs him up, gets a couple licks in, hugs him up, boom, end of the day.
He's a wrestler.
Yeah.
He's like the best person Jake Paul could have picked.
I can totally see Jake fucking connecting, though.
Yeah. And knocking him out.
Yeah. We'll see. It just depends. Depends on how good Jake is. It's hard when you're becoming a YouTube guy and then you go into a professional sport and all this craziness. It's crazy times.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy fucking times.
Yeah.
And everyone wants to see him lose, but at the same time, it'd be fucking crazy if he actually did climb the ladder and beat. Yeah.
I respect his work, dude.
Yeah,
He goes hard.
Right?
Him and his brother. They both put in the work.
The shit talking. And Logan, they're so different. I love Logan Paul, dude. Impulsive. People should watch. I think people need to give Logan Paul a little more credit because I like him.
Mm-hmm.
But Jake, on the other hand, Jake's the wild card. You know, I think Logan was the wild card. He probably still is the wild card behind the scenes because he's a celebrity and he's got money. But he's calmed the fuck down compared to Jake. Jake's just fucking whack.
Dude, the Paul dynasty is going to be real. When they all have big families like the Kennedys and shit,
100%.
just wait, man. There's going to be a Paul president one day.
Yeah.
The work they put in.
Yeah. So, who do you got?
I'm going Jake Paul, dude.
going
I got
Jake?
Jake Paul knocking him out.
I got Ben right now. I think I got Ben. It'd really be interesting to see Jake not knock him out and keep going and see who he fights next and everything. Whereas Ben, it's like, okay, he beat Jake Paul.
It's going to be fast.
Where does he go from here? It's going to be fast?
He's going to try to do like a takedown or something.
You can't.
He's going to be like, oh, I can't do this. Boom, knocked out.
If that actually happened, you see like him rush forward, take a couple steps, and then you kind of see the realization in his body and head, and then Jake's just like, fuck that, bam, knocks him out.
That would be good.
I was like, you fuck, Brendan.
Yeah, I'll stamp it now.
Ooh, dude, we're going to end this on a little sad talk.
Oh, okay.
Because we only got a couple minutes. I wanted to talk about this.
Okay.
It keeps popping up on my thing. Did you hear about the manatees in Florida?
No.
Dude, they're dying. Like, so far, 432 of them have died this year.
Oh, jeez.
And they're starving because of the type of grass that they eat isn't growing. Due to that, like, algae, some shit growing in the water that's stopping the grass from growing. So, like, there's been these pictures of all these fucking...
Manatees?
Yeah, and there's not... I don't think they're dead in the photos they're showing, but apparently they're starving. And they don't think they're doing investigation right now because they don't know if all of them are dying from starving. They could be other things. They don't really know 100%, but they really believe it's because there's no grass and this is all happening in Florida, the Northern Indian River Lagoon on Florida's east coast.
Could you imagine being on the beach and like there's 400 manatees
and they're dying?
I'd be like, oh, well.
Apparently I read an article where there's bones washing up on shore.
Oh,
it's
geez.
that bad. Fuck, dude.
Bones. Probably fast, too. What else is eating shit in the ocean, you know?
Right? And on top, and apparently, so their bodies work really hard in cold water. So it's on top of that. The water's cold, they're working harder, and they're starving. Just a combination of fuck me.
Yeah.
And I looked up, I'm like, well, damn, is this some type, because, you know, I always kind of wonder what's being pushed to try to make people think a certain way. So it's like, okay, how many manatees die every year? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, dude, I think this shit's just getting worse. I think this kind of shit we're going to see a lot in our lifetime.
A lot of animals that we should cherish more.
Yeah.
And appreciate.
I'm like, what can we do for these manatees, man? That's the thing. If I'm Elon Musk and I see these fucking articles, I'd be like wanting to save the fucking... I'd be like, okay, hold on, spaceships to the side. I got to save these fucking things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, do you have to when you got Pokemon Go and you got all these virtual animals that
Oh,
you can love?
yeah.
I wrote a whole school paper about the deadly impact of Pokemon Go.
Did you really?
Because yeah, and I was like,
it when you were in college when that came out?
yeah, and
That's fucking
I was like,
hilarious.
you know what? Because it's gonna make kids less environmentally aware.
Yeah.
Because they have these virtual Pokemon that they
Dude,
can
don't
see.
tell me that. Oh, it breaks
Ooh,
my heart.
I got a level 3 Charizard. Who gives
Ugh.
a fuck about the polar bears?
Ugh.
Boom.
The poor polar bears, man.
Fuck you, Pokemon.
The ice is gonna melt. They're gonna have nowhere to go.
Yeah, well, there's a polar bear Pokemon that
Yeah,
we just made.
and they're in
He's
the
called
zoo.
I don't know. Give him a polar bear backwards is his name.
Dude, the older I got, the more I can't go to zoos.
No.
I can't do it. It's hard.
Soon that's gonna be the only place you'll see those.
Dude, fuck. That's so sad. We're ending this so sad. I'm sorry, everybody. But it's just something we need to think about. And how do we fix it? Because here we are every day. Everything I use is affecting it. And it's like, fuck. That's why I'm saying, man, everyone thinks I'm Mr. Hitler. But line up everybody that controls the world. And I'm showing them these fucking manatees. And I'm going, you're changing your plastic.
Or you're done.
Or you're gone for these fucking manatees. Answer. And here, look at me. Am I Hitler? No, because guess what? I gave him the choice. I'm still saying you can change and live. Because guys, you're cool what you're doing, but when it's fucking the world up and my manatees and my polar bears, you're fucking my polar bears.
What do dying manatees sound like? They'd have to be going off in the back going, "Roar, roar." You'd have to be like, oh man.
Yeah. Because here's another thing for real. Everything's going to end one day. So, like, people can deny global warming, but at the end of the day, the earth is constantly changing, and people are stupid if they don't believe that part. You know what I mean? In a certain amount of millions of years from now, when the sun's finally dying, it's going to swallow up all our planets, and they're all going to die. Literally nothing will be here. So, what are we talking about here? You know what I mean? If we can, for just time being, save some fucking manatees by not making so much fucking plastic, or I don't know.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not do it?
Why not? Earth's gonna do it itself eventually, but fuck, man. Save the manatee. Hope you guys enjoyed the pod. Brendan, it was fun.
Yeah, episode 27.
Episode 20. Oh, did we ever even do that?
No.
Episode 27. Here we go. Deuces.